Hey y'all, this is SC Southern Style here, bringing you another ZOTAC Cup Finals tournament. This is ZOTAC Cup number 16. The last one that I uploaded was 17, so this is the week before that. This will be a Zerg versus Zerg between FXOBoSs and xSixPeGaSuS. I just checked up on both of these guys' stats. xSixPeGaSuS is rank 95 in the Grandmasters League on the American servers, while FXOBoSs is ranked 12 in his Masters League ladder. So I think overall I'd have to give the advantage to Pegasus just because he is in the Grandmasters League, so he is in the top 200 in the United States. But we will see what happens in this game. So we got FXOBoSs in the top right, and xSixPeGaSuS in the bottom left on Zelnaga Cavern. So I haven't really cast many, if at all, Zerg matches yet of actual pro play. So this should be pretty interesting to see how this spans out. Typically for Zerg versus Zerg, they have about the same exact opener. I mean, you can't go much past Zergling. And oftentimes in some of the pro Zerg versus Zergs that I've seen, they go, I mean, identical builds the entire time, and then it just becomes, okay, who got the better surround. If they go to Banelings, oftentimes you see Baneling play, and who gets the good Baneling hit. But we do see transitions off of the different transitions, so we will see what we see here. Pegasus going for the early spawning pool faster than FXO is, so he may get some Zergling pressure out earlier than than Boss. Pegasus is on the team X6 and Boss is on the team FXO. So here we go. Spawning pool just now finishing. So Pegasus is gonna have the queen out first, gonna be able to get a few more inject larvas in there than Boss will be able to do, but only ahead by about 10 seconds there. So not huge advantage. Both players are researching the metabolic boost, so that is a good call by both of them there. And it's going to finish roughly about the same time for either player. Okay, alright, so we see a difference in transition here. One will be going Roach, one will be going Banelings. Pegasus will be going Roach, Boss will be going Baneling. So with that strategy, I would have to say the advantage is probably going to go to Pegasus because those Banelings will not be able to do, will basically be wasted on the Roaches. So if he can get the Banelings to blow up on the Roaches, he will have a big advantage because those Roach numbers will be much more powerful. Now if Boss can get a good surround with those Zerglings, then he can nullify some of that those Roach numbers. So it looks like we do have an extra queen for Boss, and it does not look like Pegasus is running off of just one queen. So this queen, and trying to block the ramp so that there's no Zerglings that try and run in, but also having to run back, inject larva, and then move back as she moves extremely slow. And here come the Banelings. They're going to be able to, oh, they get inside, but there are 5 Roaches on the way, going to be able to clean up those Banelings. So 2 Zergling kills for 4 Banelings. That was definitely in Pegasus's favor there. The problem with that was that those Banelings did not have speed. We won't see speed until the lair is researched. But I like this play by Boss. He knows that there's going to be some pretty good Roach pressure coming in. So what he needs to do is throw down some defense. And if I was Pegasus, I would probably go for an expansion right now, knowing that my opponent just has Zergling and Baneling right now. He's not doing anything else. You have a good number of Roaches, so 7 Roaches right here, as well as 2 Zerglings to help that, but he's not going to be able to push up into this once these spine crawlers get completed, so Boss is going to be able to hold that off. Getting a couple more Zerglings in here. He's going to try, looks like he's going to attempt for a to pass those roaches and try and sneak up into the main, but the Zerglings are there and the queen is there to stop that. So this will be halted unless he can get those Zerglings down, in which case he does. And is he going to get this queen? If he gets that queen, that's going to be a very big deal. He does get the queen. So Pegasus currently has no queen. Spinecrawler going to have to cancel on that. And these Zerglings could do a lot of damage in here in the mineral line. Except those roaches hopefully going to be able to clean that up before too many losses go in. So lair now being researched. This is going to delay Pegasus's queen from being rebuilt. So that queen is going to have to wait another 70 seconds before it can be built. Both players still only on one base. I think this is because they really don't feel, neither one of them feels that it's safe to expand yet. So Boss does have two queens. One of those is the designated creep pooper. The other one is the macro inject larva, and he will transition one of those into his expansion whenever the time comes for that. So wisely, Pegasus putting these roaches here on the ramp so that these Zerglings, he doesn't get any more run-bys. I mean, he's got 7 roaches there. That should be able to take any kind of amount of Zerg pressure. So Boss is going to be the first one to expand. He is going for a hidden expansion. It does look like Pegasus is going to see this. He must know that something is up, and he does in fact find that expansion. So we need to see. There we go. Now Pegasus throwing down his own expansion. These two Zerglings just going to be starting chomping away at this expansion, but they're going to have company here, and it does look like these two Zerglings are going to get. Oh wow! One hit that. Wow, that was control. Very well done by Pegasus there, keeping that one Zergling alive just to do a little bit more damage on that expansion. So Spire down for Boss, but the Spire is already complete for Pegasus, and 6 mutas are on the way. So this is going to be very, very bad for Boss. Oh, and the hatchery does end up getting completed, so he will be sending some more units there to clean that up. Really wants to clean up that expansion if he can. But these mutas, where are they? There's one of them. Oh, there they are. These mutas are going to be very nasty for Boss to have to deal with until he can get his own muta numbers out. So we may be seeing some muta exchanges here, which is actually one Zerg matchup that I have not seen before. So we will see how that works out for both players. Boss is going to end up losing this expansion. I think he knows that. That's why he hasn't sent anything down there to try and protect it or anything like that. So going to go for an Overlord snipe here. Pegasus is very much in a supply lead right now, but I believe if we look at the unit count, muta numbers pretty much the same. I mean, 6 to 7, so not really much difference there. The main difference is those 7 roaches, and it looks like right now Pegasus is just going around for Overlord sniping, which is good. He is supply blocking his opponent there sometimes, so for some amount of time. So Boss not going to be able to pump out those mutas like Pegasus will be. He'll be able to. He also does have his expansion up. Boss just now getting his up. These 4 spine crawlers are going to be now a little bit less effective now that the mutas are on the field, but he does have a handful of mutas of his own. So I think at this point it just comes down to who can micro the best. They're both working on one attack for the mutas. Oh, almost past each other there. So, and it would actually almost, I think, help Pegasus if he could get these roaches in there just to absorb some of that glaive bounce damage. I don't know if the glaive AI goes to air units first, and only if it hits an air unit, if it only stays on air, or if it goes down to ground, if there's some kind of priority, or if it's random. I don't know. But if he could have used those to kind of soak up some damage, that probably wouldn't have been a bad idea. But I think what he's going to do is he's going to feint an attack and then use these roaches to come in and assault the mineral line, which is also a very good play. So we will see what those roaches in the top left end up doing. So both mutas looking like they're kind of switching positions here, fly right past each other. And oh, did he yep, he realized that those mutas are in fact going to his base. He would have been able to snipe this one lone muta if he had gone to it first, but we will see how much damage he's going to be able to do with this. Nice transfuse on the queen, very nice. So muta numbers, oh, good transfuses on those mutas, but the numbers are just in Pegasus's favor here, so definitely able to clean those up really easily. Does he have any more in production? He's got 2 more in production, but these queens are going to be able to do some damage, but they are out of energy for the transfuses. And there comes the Zerglings. As he used the roaches are cleaning up the mineral line. He's still got 2 mutas in here. Now he has taken down all of the... and there is the GG. So, for those of you who don't know, this boss is more than likely Korean because the Korean keyboards, the W is next to the G, I believe, is what it is. So sometimes instead of GG, you'll get a WW. But that was GG from FXOBoSs. So xSixPeGaSuS taking the first game in this ZVZ ZOTAC Cup number 16. This is SC Southern Style signing out.